Brie Schultz never planned to become internet famous. She just wanted to fix small engines and teach people that when something breaks, you don't toss it in the trash. You figure out what's wrong and make it run again. But somewhere between her first YouTube video in 2017 and hitting 400,000 subscribers, the woman known as Chickanic discovered that building a digital empire comes with a price most people never see. Her journey starts in 2010 in Hot Springs, Arkansas, where she and her husband Ron opened Lakeside Small Engine. This wasn't some weekend hobby that accidentally turned profitable. Schultz had spent 2 full years studying small engine repair at the local college, earning real certifications and credentials. She worked at a repair shop first, mastering parts identification and troubleshooting techniques before going out on her own. The name Chickanic began as a simple joke. Chick plus mechanic rolled into something catchy. She had no clue this playful username would eventually become her entire digital identity, overshadowing even her real name. For years, Lakeside Small Engine ran like any successful repair business. They processed over 2,000 pieces of equipment every year. Customers brought in their broken mowers, chainsaws, trimmers, and generators. Brie diagnosed the problems, ordered the parts, and sent them home running like new. It was honest work that paid the bills and brought her real satisfaction. Then came November 20th, 2017. Schultz uploaded her first official YouTube video called Welcome to Chicken. The video was simple and direct, refreshingly free of the flashy editing and fake enthusiasm that cluttered most tutorial channels. She just explained how things worked, why they broke, and how to fix them. Viewers saw a calm, knowledgeable woman who could diagnose engine problems with the confidence that comes from years of hands-on experience. What they didn't see was the exhausting double life building behind the scenes. By day, Schultz ran a full-time repair shop. Customers dropped off equipment, waited for diagnosis, and expected timely repairs. The shop operated on standard business hours, with all the usual pressures of overhead, inventory, and customer service. By night, after most people had gone to bed, she transformed into Chickanic. Those polished 10-minute tutorials viewers praised came at a hidden cost. Each video required multiple takes, careful equipment setup, and the mental energy to stay educational and engaging while already exhausted from a full day's work. Schultz often found herself filming after midnight, when the shop was quiet and she could focus on teaching instead of fixing. The channel gained serious momentum during the 2020 and COVID lockdowns. With people stuck at home and professional repair services limited, millions turned to YouTube for DIY solutions. Chickanic's subscriber count exploded as viewers discovered her practical, no-nonsense approach to mechanical problems. Unlike influencers who built followings through entertainment alone, Schultz had earned her audience through genuine expertise. But success brought unexpected complications. The line between her business identity and her YouTube persona started to blur in ways that created real problems. Viewers who disagreed with something she said in a video would leave negative reviews on her business page. Her shop's reputation became tangled with her online content in ways that felt increasingly unfair. The seasonal swings of small engine repair made things worse. Spring and summer brought overwhelming demand when everyone needed their lawn equipment serviced. Fall meant cleanup equipment repairs. Winter was slow, with bills still due but fewer customers walking through the door. The YouTube channel provided some income stability, but it also added pressure to maintain content production regardless of how busy or slow the shop happened to be. Every tutorial required her to be 2 people at once. The experienced mechanic solving customer problems and the YouTube educator breaking down complex repairs for beginners. The physical and mental toll of this double career grew heavier each month. Industry recognition followed her growing reputation. In October 2023, Husqvarna invited her to speak at Equip Expo, a major equipment trade show. This wasn't just YouTube fame. This was legitimate professional validation from one of the industry's biggest manufacturers. They posted photos of Brie and Ron at their booth, showing that her expertise was respected by the companies who actually build the equipment she taught people to repair. When her channel qualified for monetization in 2022, YouTube approved it in just 2 days. Unusually fast processing that suggested strong channel viability and clean content policies. She'd reached the 400,000 subscriber milestone and celebrated with a shop tour that gave viewers a behind-the-scenes look at where the magic happened. But the magic was becoming exhausting. Behind the camera, Schultz faced a choice that successful creators rarely discuss publicly: keep fighting until the work broke her body, or step back before losing her love for the craft entirely. The numbers stopped adding up. The shop demanded more time and energy than it returned, while the YouTube channel required consistency she struggled to maintain alongside a full-time business. The breaking point came when she realized she was performing passion instead of living it. Every repair job felt like content creation pressure. Every video felt like a business obligation. The pure joy of diagnosis and repair, the reason she'd entered this field in the first place, was drowning under the weight of dual success. Then a new crisis threatened everything she'd built. AI-generated videos using her voice began appearing online. These deepfake clones mimicked her speaking style while sharing dangerous mechanical advice she'd never endorse. Years of building. Trust bolt by bolt suddenly faced the possibility of artificial versions of herself, spreading misinformation under her identity. These AI impersonators represented more than just copyright theft. They threatened the foundation of her credibility, the assurance that when someone watched a Chickanic video, they were getting advice from someone who'd actually diagnosed these problems hundreds of times before. The crisis forced her to confront how much of her value came from her authentic voice and experience versus the mere appearance of expertise. Facing these mounting pressures, Schultz made the difficult decision to close Lakeside's small engine. To her millions of fans, the announcement felt like a shockwave. The small garage had been core to her identity as Chickanic. How could she teach people to fix things without a shop full of broken equipment to demonstrate on? But Schultz chose to close the doors rather than sacrifice her passion for the craft. She'd learned something important about sustainable success. Sometimes you have to break down your old system completely before you can rebuild it into something that actually works. The transition wasn't easy. After 12 years of running a physical repair business, shifting to a home-based workshop model meant redefining everything about how she worked. No more processing 2,000 pieces of equipment annually. No more overhead costs and seasonal cash flow problems. No more customer service complaints bleeding into her YouTube comment section. Rather than collapse after closing her shop, Schultz rebuilt around what still worked: her expertise, her honesty, and her love of helping people understand mechanical systems. The Chickanic channel evolved from a window into her business into something more focused, a classroom for anyone willing to learn. Her storytelling deepened. Her tone softened without losing authority. What emerged was a version of Chickanic grounded in gratitude instead of obligation. She no longer needed four walls or a business sign to prove herself. Her workshop became the world itself, accessible from any garage, driveway, or screen where someone needed help understanding why their equipment wasn't running. The change allowed her to return to what had made her channel special in the first place: the unhurried practical voice that walked viewers through problems step by step. She stopped dramatizing and continued demonstrating, her signature approach untouched by the transition. Industry recognition kept growing. In 2025, she received an invitation to speak on a Power Players Women Shaping the Future of the Industry panel. This represented something significant, acknowledgement that her influence extended beyond YouTube education into shaping how people think about mechanical literacy and self-reliance. Her personal journey mirrors her mechanical philosophy perfectly. When her old world, the shop, the schedules, the overwhelming expectations stopped working efficiently, she didn't throw it away. She opened it up, looked inside, and rebuilt around what still worked. This approach extends beyond engines to resilience itself, which explains why her story resonates far beyond DIY repair enthusiasts. Today, Schultz operates from her home-based workshop, free from the overhead and pressure that made her previous success unsustainable. Her YouTube presence has stabilized as an educational platform rather than a business marketing tool. She continues producing small engine repair content with the same direct, patient teaching style that earned her audience's trust, but now she does it on terms that preserve her love for the work. The woman who taught millions that broken things can be fixed had to learn that sometimes fixing yourself means changing everything about how you operate. Chickanic's real story isn't just about becoming YouTube's most trusted mechanic. It's about discovering that success without sustainability isn't really success at all. Her 400,000 subscriber milestone shop tour revealed a creator who had transformed challenge into perspective. The physical location changed, but the core mission remained the same, teaching people that when something breaks, you don't throw it away. You rebuild around what still works. That philosophy applies to engines, careers, and life itself.